Already set one record coming off of late last night. We call it the warmest low of June the 13th. And what that means is we take that lowest temperature from that day and it actually eclipsed the lowest temperature previously that we had as far as being on the warm side. Just think about the scale opposite end. We talk about, record lows and whatnot, but sometimes you've got a low that's so warm that you pay attention to it, and we call that the warmest low. And yesterday only bottomed out at 79 degrees at Joplin Regional Airport. Dates back to the record of 1958, and we've got a chance that we're going to break a warmest low record again tonight that goes back to 1981. Here we stand at 7th and Rangeline in Joplin. You can see the heat waves coming off the asphalt. 88 degrees is where we stand, blustery as well, still coming in from the south in between 15 to 20 miles per hour. We're just a skosh down from yesterday. Yesterday we had a couple 90s already on the board. Chanute's our clubhouse leader, sitting right now at 89. Let's roll 88 in Lamar and in Carthage, 86. It's actually cooler down to the south in Miami and in Grove, but the humidity and wind there will kick in today, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Those are sustained winds we're talking about right now, 24 miles per hour at Martin Johnson Airport in Chanute. We've been having a lot of conversations about this Midwest heat wave, and I'll tell you what, this is interesting right here. It's not only the heat, but yes, I'm going to say it, it's also the humidity, because look at the precipitable water bubble that comes in off the Gulf, traces itself all the way up to the Canadian border, over to the northeast, and then down to the southeastern portion of the United States. Get out here into western Kansas, get out here into the panhandles, and that humidity is not so much a factor. Well, look exactly what the temperature contour does with that as well. We can almost trace the precipitable water category as far as where our hotter temperatures are, and it's got the same cutoff that rides right along that jet stream. And so what that jet is doing is grabbing that Gulf moisture, forcing all that heat and humidity up to the northern plains. 92 right now in Minneapolis. They will not know what to do with themselves, and that's why we've got some 80 million people in the midst of either excessive heat warnings or heat advisories, which is what we have for our far northern and northeastern counties. You'll also notice the expiration time there. Notice how that extends all the way until Wednesday evening. We went ahead and skipped ahead, and just know that that's going to exist tomorrow, and not going to be surprised if we don't have additional counties with heat advisories for tomorrow as well. As far as our Skywatch storm tracker goes, no clouds, no precipitation. One thing we will keep our eyes on throughout the course of this week, now that we are in hurricane season, we've got tropical storm out in the eastern Pacific. They are already on the letter B. That will be Tropical Storm Blaze right now, expected to become a Category 1 hurricane. But also, too, the positive nature of this is you can see how it spins off toward the west and shouldn't pose any threat to land even along the Mexican coast. Back to the contiguous 48. Severe thunderstorm risk map for the upper plains down to the Atlantic coast into the deep southeastern portion of the United States. Doesn't affect us at all. We just got to be safe with the heat. Remember, Tanya has been telling us at KOAMnewsnow.com, KOAMnewsnow.com, a complete list of cooling centers across the 4 states, and special thanks to our cities and counties who have established those for our vulnerable populations. The Muggy meter, it's not just today that we're thinking about cooling centers, it's all the way through the rest of the week. We find ourselves in that oppressive category up until Father's Day. Now, the wind does get a little better, Tanya, on Thursday and Friday. The humidity, however, does not. And our temperatures remain in the 90s up until the beginning of next week.
And you have a little bit of chance of rain towards the end of the week, but I mean, 20,
so those are going to be like
20 and 10.
Those are going to be, think more like, this almost reminds me of what we get in July into August. You know, the sporadic pop-ups, skies get dark really fast, rains for 20 minutes, see a flash of lightning and it's gone. Mm-hmm. Thank you for bringing that up. That's about what that will equivocate to this week.
Nothing to really mess up your plans.
No, and not widespread, and no cold front on the backside of it.
If anything, it might get rid of some of the dust that's going to be blowing around.
This, and we were talking about flooding for the past month and a half.
True.
I know.
True. I was on the ball field last night, and I was watching it blow into the kids'
face
already.
Yeah.
It only took a couple days to
all
dry
our
out.
county roads, you can tell when anybody's coming. You can just see it billowing up.
There's no happy medium. All right. Thanks, Michael.